Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Friday, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today, guys, as you see, we're going to be reviewing the latest member of the Princess Power line, and that of Leech, the evil master of power suction. We'll take a look at the figure in the packaging only. We'll look at all the items it comes with. We'll look at his beautiful artwork it comes with in the back of the packaging. Of course, we'll compare this version of cartoon filmation Leech to his Masterverse and his vintage version from Origins. And we'll look at his classic version as well, thanks to Pixel Dan and Dark Horse Comics, and have some fun. Now, of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. I hope you hit that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Hit that notification bell when you upload new videos, and please share this video. Who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at Cartoon Collection or Filmation Collection version of Leech. And I want to also, and there's something very unique, something that's very, very interesting about these figures that we've received so far in this new Princess of Power She-Ra 40th Anniversary Origins line. But we'll talk about that here later. But let's talk about a good old Leech here. So here he is. There's old Leech right here. Of course, once again, you have the 40th Anniversary of She-Ra sticker right there. You have Hordak right there, looming over the Grayskull and the He-Man and the Master Universe Filmation logo here. We've got Leech, the evil power of suction right there. Of course, beautiful artwork as always. Very, very cool. Right, there's Grayskull being attacked by the Horde. And there's Leech right there. Looks amazing. Right out of Filmation. Right out of the Filmation cartoon. Looks really, really great. It's got this very beautiful lime green coat of paint on him. Great base sculpt right there. Alright, he does, in fact, have his standard suction, ability that the Origins variant has. And his vintage variant as well. Alright, got the cartoon collection. Got that Mattel. Now, the interesting thing about the item they've chosen in this particular figure here goes with Adora. Her stun beam or blaster that we first saw her use, basically her first introduction in the Princess of Power crossover event with He-Man. She pretty much used it on her on He-Man or her brother. But at the time, she did not know that, and we didn't know. Well, I guess we knew that in a way, but. Very interesting that the fact that they included this blaster here with Leech here and not with Adora. So, and I know, I think I've heard rumors that we'll be getting Adora very soon because it is, She-Ra's 40th anniversary. So at some point we will get Adora probably in Origins and hopefully in Masterverse as well. All right, that looks amazing right there. Alright, there's the back right there. And see, this is what I'm talking about here. See, there's a door using that same blaster right there. There's Leech, okay. And then we hopefully, maybe getting Scorpina very soon in Masters and Origins. And I know that I think yes, I think we're gonna get Bo. I'm sure of it, yes, because I've seen images of Bo in Origins. So yes, we will be getting Bo at some point in Origins. And possibly in Masterverse as well. Of course, he has that same ability as the vintage version of Leech. Right there. The power suction right there. Of course, there's the cross-cell, and we looked at and reviewed the Faker and Catra on the channel. And now Leech. Very interesting they put that same blaster on Leech's arm here. But of course, when Adora, finally, comes to the Origins line, I will definitely put that blaster with her. I'm sure that version of Adora that we're probably going to get in the cartoon collection will probably have the sort of protection with her as well. But to have that blaster would be a nice touch as well. All right. Now, of course, this version of Leech is more compared to his Masters variants right here. The line right here, same style and look right here. This version of Leech, of course, it's Masterverse, but it has a very different shade of green. But all in all, it's the same exact figure from point to point. Now, of course, this version of Leech that we got in Masterverse had this very cool, somewhat whip, I guess, or rope weapon of choice that he can latch onto his victims or his, or one of the good guys to, hold on to and bring to him, so he can use his suction, ability to, of course, drain the power of his victims, which was a nice touch at the time with the Masters variant. Of course, I do have, like I said, I do have the deluxe variant of Leech. I'm going to get him more over here, guys. Hang on. You can see the differences in styles right here. Now, the deluxe figure of the Leech from the original Masters line had two, face or head sculpts that you could switch out. And, of course, I went with this look right here because it's almost like, you can see the different styles of the open mouth and the teeth right there for all versions and variants of Leech from Masters and, of course, Origins now. All right. Looks really, really good. And of course, I do have vintage Leech in my collection, guys. I do. So hang on. Let me go get him right now. Hang on. So here is my vintage version of Leech right here. All right. Looks really, really good. And I think the vintage style Leech, yes, had that little button in the back to give that extra suction to put on, that you can use to, have him, stick to a wall or a piece of glass. Also, you can see the styles of the suction cups is much smaller as well. And then, of course, the vintage version of Leech did not have the suction ability on the feet. They were just, just flattened, webbed looking feet here, but no suction available right here, which the Origins has done has given us that ability with these two variants of Leech Cartoon Collection and the original deluxe version of Leech. Now, Masterverse, even though the style is very, Filmation based, there was no, suction ability with Masterverse, which is kind of a bummer. The style looks beautiful, and the detail of Masterverse looks great, but not to give us a very the ability of Leech, his his action feature is kind of a downer in a way, I think. But he looks amazing. Don't get me wrong. He's right out of Filmation. All right, and of course, like I said, let's take a look at the classic variant of Leech right here, which is more in line with the original deluxe version of Leech here from Origins, which is right here. So here's Leech, right? Once again, came out in 2011, part of the Evil Horde, as you can see, more in line with the original Origins variants of Leech, and not really the Cartoon Collection version. There, of course, a little fun factoid here. I'll pause that right there. You can read that for a second there. So I get the light a little better here. Of course, the cross L. Or of course, his side to side look and front to back. I'm kind of curious if this version of Leech also did not have that suction ability included with this version here from Classics. Of course, it looks like a net or something like that, and of course his crossbow. And that's another thing, like with these figures, with the Princess of Power line that the Horde has been known with at least the retail variants of the Horde, that, as you can see with Leech here, is that none of these figures so far have not been introduced us with the crossbow from the retail. So you can see the different styles from the retail side, to the Filmation cartoon side of these figures. The different styles of weapons in like with these figures, which is kind of interesting and very cool. But Leech right here, cartoon version of Leech, looks absolutely amazing. Of course, you can see right there. The detail is amazing. I love the look. All right. Now, and I'm sure, like you watching right now are 2 steps ahead of me and already aware of this. But I want to know what you think about this, okay? Now, okay, so every figure in this new Princess of Power cartoon collection way, for She-Ra, for the 40th anniversary. To right now, for the most part, every figure from She-Ra to Hordak to Leech to the upcoming Grizzlor and Frosta, and and Shadow Weaver, we also have received in Masterverse. And of course, Masterverse, we do have Princess of Power figures, but only a very limited amount of figures so far. And every figure from Masterverse so far we have gotten in Origins, with nobody really new yet. So I don't know if that's by design or just a weird coincidence that maybe they have to get the rights to these figures. Now, yes, they're, we're getting Bo at some point, I believe, and Adora at some point as well, in the future, coming up very soon, hopefully. But if you think about it, it's kind of weird and kind of interesting that every figure that we have received so far in this cartoon collection, Princess Power type line, in a way, we have already gotten in Masterverse. So I don't know if they're getting those figures out of the way first, because we already have them in Masterverse, because the molds are there in some ways. But, of course, Origins and Masterverse, the size difference are, of course, different. But I think that's kind of interesting that every figure that we are getting, upcoming, and right now, except there is one exception of that, and that is Mantenna. And Mantenna, in a way, is probably the only figure right now that we have not received in Masterverse at all so far. But we have gotten him, of course, in the vintage line of the Origins line, but not Masterverse. So very interesting about that. I want to know your thoughts and feelings about that. If that's made by design, or Mattel is just trying to get these, these figures out of the way because they already have them in Masterverse, or let me know. I'm kind of, I was just realizing that. I'm sure you guys already know this and thinking about that. I was just thinking about that the other day. Like every figure from from this new She-Ra line from Origins that we have received, are going to receive very soon, for the most part, we have the Master, and only that in Masterverse. So moving forward, if we're going to get Bo at some point, which I've seen photographs and images of Bo from the Origins line, we'll eventually get him in Masterverse, which I have no doubt we will. I mean, he's an iconic character from the Princess Power line. So I'm kind of curious about that. Bo, if we're going to get Mantenna eventually in Masterverse, about that. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts about that. Like I said, was this by design, or was this some weird coincidence that Mattel is giving us the same figures that they already produced and created in Masterverse for the most part? I'm talking, like I said, She-Ra, Hordak, Catra, Leech, Grizzlor, who else? I'm thinking about Frosta as well, and I think we saw images of Shadow Weaver as well. So I'm kind of curious about that. So let me know. Let me know in the comments below. I mean, hopefully, and I think possibly Bo, or will be the actual first real, unless Bo comes out Masterverse first, then comes out in Origins. But maybe Bo will be the actual first new figure in the Princess of Power line that we did not receive yet in Masterverse. All right. So let me know. Let me know in the comments below. All right. So I thought that was kind of interesting and very unique that all these figures that we've been getting in the cartoon collection She-Ra line or Princess Power line, we have, for the most part, received in Masterverse. All right. So let me know. Let me know. But we do have Leech right here. He looks incredible. I love the fact that and I can't wait to unbox him, because I'm going to do some mixing matching between the vintage version of Leech here to compare it to his Origins variant, to mix and match. Of course, you can probably, like all Origins variants, you can pop the head off, you can pop from the arms, from the waist as well. He looks incredible. The detail, the face sculpt looks amazing of old Leech here. All right, fully articulated. Of course, this version of Leech probably be like an inch taller than his standard variants from Origins, right there. But an amazing, amazing figure, and a must-have for this long overdue Princess Power line that we should have gotten a long time ago with Origins. All right, guys. Of course, like all these videos, once I do get my second variant of Leech, all right, I do hope that you will come back, please, and join me for a full unboxing of this, incredible figure. And I guess, yeah, and another thing too, a couple of things. Boltrax, he's a Horde member that we've not gotten in Masters yet. So there you go. And we've seen packages of Boltrax. I hope I'm saying his name right, Boltrax. So yes, so we are getting new figures, definitely getting new figures for the Masterverse line. But I'm talking as right of now. These figures that we are getting right now, these are figures that we've already received in Masterverse, and I thought that was kind of very unique and interesting. All right. All right, guys, I'd like to take this time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Just chit-chatting and talking with you guys, all things, Princess of Power and good old Filmation version of Leech. Like, he's like jumping right out of the cartoon. I love it. I love this Filmation style cartoon collection. Figures here, they're amazing. So thank you for joining me for that. Of course, don't forget the notification bell when I upload new videos. And a couple of things, we'll be unboxing this very cool variant of Mumra, the Ever Living. I'm getting that, he looks incredible. I don't know what variant this is, but he looks amazing. And he's almost right out of the Anti-Eternia line with Anti-Eternia He-Man. He looks incredible, and I can't wait to unbox him with you guys to do a deep dive of this incredible figure and compare him to my original version of Mumra from Super 7. Also, if you are not aware, Mattel Creations put out a new Club Grayskull membership out for anybody who's interested. It's like $10 for 1 year. Okay, it's a digital membership. You can go on the website and check it out. Right, it's there right now, and basically you get, of course, exclusive content before it's been released, like new like previews of figures and play sets and anything upcoming to the Master of the Universe line. Before it hits their standard website, I guess. Like a prequel that you can see and get before it actual hits pre-order in a way, I think. So check it out. It's I became a member. Looks really interesting, and I cannot wait to see all the new figures and play sets coming to the Masterverse line and Origins. So it's gonna be, I'm not being sponsored by Mattel Creations. It's just word of mouth because I want to give you guys into the loop. But I'm sure a lot of you and I think everybody is already aware of this. But if you're not, check out MattelCreations.com. It's on the Mattel. It's the Motu Collector's line. The Club Grayskull digital membership for like $10 for 1 full year, and you get exclusive content, new figures or details of figures and play sets and stuff like that. So check it out. All right. So hope everybody has a great Friday, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. Take care and have a good one, everybody.